No ace match in the quarterfinals, and there was like one ace match in the in the round of 16. So yeah, just really decisive just matches and series overall here has made for a shorter tournament so far, which I'm not too opposed to. I would like to get some sleep today. I'm not opposed to it whatsoever. We'll get into it later. Spawning in the bottom hand corner of El Dorado, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Ooh, my apologies, as it looks like I didn't quite close out the previous predictions, so I will get on top of that as quickly as possible. I got you. There we go. Bam. Its predictions are open. So place your bets while you can. Coming into this, I would say that Solar is the heavy favorite. That is true, but I do see a world where Gerald can fight back and force an ace match or even take the series himself. Gerald, of course, recently coming second place in the House of Galactic Battle. That is a big LAN event that did occur in Poland, of course. And Gerald, he popped off. Gerald, he took down Spirit in a PvT in an extended series. And you also went toe-to-toe with a laser as well in the grand finals. So Gerald, he had a good showing. And Gerald, he, at least at the time, this was now a couple of weeks ago, was very fond of going for this more Archon Storm heavy composition, or Storm start, I should say. We'll see if he will go for it this time as well. I'm referring to seeing a Robo opener into an Archon drop into Storm. It is a build that Mana has been very fond of as of late, and Gerald does mix it in every now and then, but we're loading into El Dorado, one of the more unorthodox maps in the map pool. Welcome one and all. This map, of course, does kind of change depending on how we expand. Solo going for the linear third base, expanding away from Gerald. Interesting choice. We often see a lot of Zerg players expand towards their opponents here towards the south to reduce the time it takes to get across the map and to be hyper aggressive. But Solar, amongst the Korean Zerg players, is the least aggressive player in South Korea. But what am I referring to? I mean, compare Solar to Shin, compare him to Dark, compare him to Rogue as well. Like, all the other Zerg players that I just mentioned are more aggressive than Solar. I think you could say that maybe Solar's maybe slightly more aggressive than Su, for example. But Su, he did officially retire, last month in December. So yeah, Solar, he's one of the more macro, one of the more passive players. Not saying he can't all in, he can, 100%. He can and he does, but less so than the others. Here we go. As we are just going to be droning, saturating our bases, link speed on the way, pulls out of gas. Likewise, Stargate opener out of Gerald, going for the first Oracle. So move out across the map. So we go, the first Oracle has arrived. We be zooming. Very fast Twilight. Oh my god, very fast Twilight Council here out of Gerald. Based on the Twilight Council timing, I would assume this is going to be for Glaive Adepts. This could be for Blink, true. This could be for early Blink. We'll keep an eye on Gerald, as I'm leaning more towards Glaives, just because of how quickly it was. It is going to be an aggressive build. Tumor is going to be going down. Gerald's being active. Third base is safe and sound, and Solo's trying to be active himself here, but again, there's only one way into the bases, and it's going to be a full wall of fear by Gerald. And Solo, he's forced to retreat. He's forced back, bleeding out a drone, losing one, losing two. Two drones going down. Nice damage here by Gerald. Very nice damage. And show us what you got. Is going for a delayed forge, which means Blink. Exactly, Blink is on the way. If we had skipped the forge, we would be going into Glaives, of course, or something more committed, something more aggressive. Based on the timing of these upgrades, though, this is going to be very fast for Gerald. And I wouldn't be surprised if he throws down a Gateway Explosion. He's got 3 more gates on the way. Links, they flood in. There are some soldiers that defend, but not quite in position. Yeah, Gerald, he's caught off guard. He wasn't ready for the run by. Up. One probe goes down. Whew. 2 probes even. 3. Good damage. Good damage by Solar getting 3 probes. Gerald has to pull back. Establishing his army. Solar, he has mined through these patches. And Gerald, he's getting up to how many? Up to 5 gates so far. 5 gate setup. Now, I'm expecting Gerald to skip his gases and to throw down a 2 and then a 3rd gateway as well to go into a 3 base all-in. Speaking of, there we go. Extra gates are on the way. Getting up to 6. So 6 gateways. We're waiting for the 7th and the 8th gateway as well. And then Gerald can commit. Speaking of, my eyes are on this probe. 5, 6, now 7. So he's getting 7 gates and show us the proxy. Actually, Gerald going to be expanding even. Okay. I mean, either an expansion or just in position to throw it in the gateway. There we go, going for the Nexus. Leans they try to dip in. They're going to be caught out. Now, Gerald, he doesn't take his gases, and he does get up to 7 gateways. He's being aggressive, that is true, but he's not going all in. We have a charge on the way, and there's still no proxy. Regardless, Gerald can be active. Can push. Gerald, he's still making probes, and there we go. Now he takes his gases. He's taking up. He is taking up. He's going for the gold. Knocking down those tumors. Just gets a 1 tumor. Just the 1. Solar, he does have eyes on the expansion, on the gold. The pressure is now on Solar. We've been focusing a lot here on Gerald, but Solar across the map, he's just been droning, he's been taking, getting to safety roaches. Hydrogen on the way, Hive is on the way as well, so Solar, he's working up towards Roach Hydra as a composition into eventually, potentially, Lurker tech. With these extra gases, this does scream Lurkers, and does scream, you know, just a higher form of army. More than just Roach Hydra. And there it is, as we mentioned, Lurker dead. Solar is taking. Just trying to keep Gerald busy. We'll take a stasis to the face. Main army moving out. Still spoken. Was the endling run by. It doesn't really get much done, but does a nice mining time. Goal base up and running, and here we go. Gerald, he's now in full swing. Now is the time to push. Next is base. Getting ready to push in. Lurker then just finished. Gerald, he rotates. Keeping Soul's attention on the main army. Zelda army is amassing. Solar is distracted. Nice stasis. Stasis goes off. And Zelda do head in. Yeah, they're rushing into the bases. Towards the main. Going for the queen. So, because they do catch some of these lurkers. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. 3 lurkers going down. The base as well. Very nice damage so far here by Gerald. Solar, he's hurting. Leading out drones. Lurkers. Roaches. Coming for the surround. Yeah, Gerald has to get the hell out of here. Doesn't want to overextend. Oracle goes down. That's speaking of overextension. Zelda just keep rallying in there. They're going for the Hydrogen. Drones are falling. Hydrogen getting low. Gerald going for Sky Toss. Fleet Beacons on the way. Getting 2 queens. It's very nice trades. Very nice PiGosaur here applied. Gerald, like he's bleeding out Stalks in the process. Oh, he's getting caught out. So this is where we need the Oracle. But it was thrown away. And Solar holds. Solar defends. It was good aggression here by Geralt. It was good trades initially. Even here, getting out 2 more lurkers. Catching 2 more lurkers. But he needs to buy more time. Does need more time here. As Zelda just keep rallying in. Keep heading towards the main. Ooh, missed movement there by Gerald. As more drones are going down, catching a queen, going for the hydrogen. Stalker's catching overlords as well. But here comes the push. Solar, he's had enough defending. He's had enough with this army, and he's just moving out across the map. And where's the recall? There it is. Recall's back home. Do we have detection? Skytoss is on the way. Storm is not yet done. And despite the recall, Gerald, he has no real answer here. He cannot push in. He has to evacuate. And pros are falling, and Solar is snowballing out of control. He was struggling to defend, but his main army just overwhelms, takes down the fleet beacon, the stargates. They're exposed, losing both of them. And the mineral line as well. And Solar, he has done it. He finally moves out. He breaks the bases, breaks the gold, breaks both gold bases even. And Gerald just was not ready for this. Didn't go into safety immortal production. Storm was delayed. There's only 2 carriers. And Solar, he's done it. Takes down 2 bases. Now he's going for the kill. He's going for the natural. It's just overwhelming. And again, Gerald, he did well for himself, but you could argue maybe being a little bit too greedy. He was trading well for himself, but needed more time to rush into Skytoss. The carriers are still building up. Hydras, they just dive in. Takes down one of the carriers. There's 1 carrier left. Solar, he has done it. He has broken the natural. The final carrier does fall. He lunges for no reason. He just hitting buttons at this point. Decent surround set up here, but the Stalkers just cannot engage. Not on their own. GG, and Solar, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Solar will take lead in the series. Again, Gerald, he was doing a great job at harassing, going for the zealot run-bys, picking off units with the Stalkers, but he did lose the Oracles, and ideally the Oracles, they're built to maintain this position in the center of the map, to maintain the Stalkers. He bled a lot of Stalkers, and he also decided to skip Rover. He skipped Immortal Production, he skipped Colossus, he delayed his Storm in favor of a Fleet Beacon and Skytoss. Just a little bit too greedy there from Gerald, just cutting too many corners to rush into Skytoss, and with that, GG. GG, well played. Solar did snowball out of control, and now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Getting into game 2. It's going to be on Whispers of Gold. Again, it's one of those things where Gerald was doing an amazing job harassing, but he never really had an answer to the Mass Lurker. Could never really fight the main army head on, only harass. And now we are getting into game 2. And we'll see if we can force the ace match, or we'll see if we just go ahead and just go straight into the main, straight into the finals. You can tell I'm tired. I slept for like 3 hours today, I think, like 2 or 3 hours. No, not a lot of sleep. Not a lot. But we're okay. We're okay. We'll be okay. Again, this is merely our first broadcast of the day. Later on tonight, we're going to be live with the OC Season 12 Championship. We'll be live later on in the evening. For now, though, we're focusing on our semifinals. We're jumping into game 2, and we'll see if Gerald can fight back. We'll see. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg representing Team Falcons, leading the series 1-0. It is Solar. And spawning in the bottom left, or in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player from Vienna, Poland, representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. Here we go. As again, shout out to Gerald, as he is the last remaining European player in the tournament, and it is very late in the land of Europe. If you're out there, if you're watching from Europa, get some sleep. Get some sleep, baby. Yeah. It's like, what, 4 a.m. depending on where you are in Europe, like between like 4 and 6 a.m. in the morning. So very, very late. It is not easy competing in this tournament, especially considering that, I mean, I guess Gerald should be a little bit thankful. This event has been running a lot faster than normal. Usually we would still be in the quarterfinals by now. We'd still be in the quarterfinals or maybe in the round of 16. So today the matches have been a lot faster, which I'm sure Gerald is grateful for, but still a rough time nonetheless. Still a really rough time slot, which is why we appreciate it. We appreciate players like Gerald, Jumi, and Nikaract, at times like Wayne, Skillus, Max, Fax, and Clem, for ruining the sleep schedules or maintaining it, really. I mean, the degens are real. But for competing and playing and sacrificing to compete in this tournament, we do appreciate it. Thank you. We do appreciate it. We are settling in. Yes, get some veg. Get some veg. As for now, standard openers. Again, as you mentioned, even though Solar eventually snowballed out of control with his Lurker tech, it took a while for that really to get underway. Solar, he was just playing safe in the lead up to that. He was just slowly droning, getting his third, getting his fourth base, getting safety roaches, making his way into eventually Hydra tech and Lurker tech. Just building up in a standard fashion is what we expect out of Solar. Now, what I should emphasize as we look into Whispers of Gold is that this map is a much smaller map, known for aggression. If Solar were to be more assertive here, I mean, this would be the map for it. After taking a lead in the series, I mean, I wouldn't blame him. Wouldn't blame him, wouldn't be opposed to it either. We'll see. We'll see if he does send it. For now, droning. Making a handful of lings. Is a Stargate opener into Oracle here from Gerald. Standard opener. Standard opener so far. This time there's no gold base to take advantage of, despite the name of the map. It's lying to you. It is lying. There's no gold. There should be, I feel, but there's not. As the Oracle does get across the map, gets one, gets 2 drone kills. 2 drones for a lot of hull damage. Has to pull away. Likewise, Lings, they rock up across the map. They're making their way towards a third. They do dip in. And they nibble away at the expansion. No major damage, though. Let's pull away. There's a Twilight Council for Geralt. I don't see a Forge, not yet. I mean, last game we did have a delayed Forge as well. Into Blink. But this time, still no Forge. I am leaning towards Glaives. But we'll see. We'll see if he goes for Blink once again. Up there it is. Forge. Forge is going to be delayed, so earlier Blink. Earlier Blink out of Geralt. This is a bit of a safer response. This will mean that if Solar did go for an all-in, then Blink should finish up in time to defend the third. As the second Oracle does dive in, getting one more drone. Getting 2 even. 2 drones going down. Late upgrade from Geralt. He has the money for it. It didn't quite go for it though. So a rough start. And Geralt's just focusing on Oracle harass. There it is. Now we get the upgrades. They're late. And we spoke about it earlier, but it is very late in Poland, so the fatigue setting in, I'm sure, for Geralt. As he does collapse on the pylon. Pylon goes down. It say Shade International. Not bad. Drones are going to be going down. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. Shades into the main. Getting behind the mineral line. Ooh, getting up to 7 drone kills. Oh my god, 7 drones. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good damage here by Geralt. and back at home just defending. Just holding on, throwing down gateways, taking up even faster towards the Temple Archives, into Archons, into Storm. So very fast Storm tech here by Gerald. Does mean he's going to be stuck at home. But we'll see if we can get away with it. As things are being forced back. They're going to be forced back home. Storm already on the way. As Blink is not even done. So again, just a much faster tech here from Gerald. Because he's skipping Warpins. He's skipping Warpins. The army is insanely small. 4 Stalkers and 1 Adept. So he's just stuck at home throwing down stasis traps. And Solo will take this opportunity to drone up himself. Getting a 4th base, taking gases. And working towards lurkers. Once again, very similar to the previous game, where Solar, he isn't really being too aggressive. He does have a defensive setup here, he does have bases and economy, and just working towards lurkers. This time, though, without any roaches. So Solar is being a little bit more efficient this time. No roaches. Things being forced back. Things are forced back home. Gerald's going for his own push. He is moving in. Lurkers are not ready yet. Uh-oh. Yeah, Solo's not ready. Oh, pushing forward. Storm is done, but no High Templar. Just morphing the Archons. Reinforcements getting called out. Queen's under fire. And again, Solo, he needs more time here to mass up his Ling Hydra. Does need more time. Takes down 1 Archon. 1 Archon goes down. Queens they bring together. Catching out more Stalkers. And Solo holds. Whew. Solo, he does hold on. Will hold, will survive. And will defend. And now here come the Lurkers. This is a big power spike for Solar. Gerald, he had to break Solar before this happened. He still can. Lurker count is still very low. Down to what, 3? Down to 3 Lurkers. Army rotates. This time Storm is going to be ready. Rotating over. Lurkers are keeping up. And again, the win condition for Solar, just defend. Just defend, just survive with these Lurkers. Just buy more time and build up a greater army. Delaying a base. Gerald rotating. I'm afraid to look here, but we're up to how many Lurkers? Soon to be 15. Oh, sorry, 10. 10 Lurkers. Whew. 5 more Hydras on the way. But last Gerald, he cannot gain any grounds. Lings to go for a counterattack. Minus the High Templar, forcing some defensive storms. And Shield is a little bit too good. Immortals have been amassing. I mean, this is not a bad army for Gerald. He's building up. He's getting Archons, Immortals, High Templar, Storm. He's getting there. And now we get Skytoss. But again, this is a very different game state to game 1. Remember game 1, we were, in a way, criticizing Geralt a little bit here for skipping Immortals and skipping Archons and delaying Storm. This time, he does focus on his ground army first, and now we're switching into ground tilt. So a much safer transition here by Geralt. Much safer. And there's a high chance he can get away with it. Well, catching out Lurkers. 3 Lurkers going down. Soul out of position, racing back over. Solo forced to respond. Likewise tries to dive in with those Lings. Doesn't quite get the High Templar. Or we're going for a massive Junior into the main. Going for a massive Junior instead. The Immortals, they recall in time. The army is somewhat ready. Gets Revelation. At the same time, 4th base going down. Sorry, 5th base even. Oof, the Immortals, they break through the Lurkers. And Solar, he's trying to pull Geralt apart. We'll see if he can. Lings at the 3rd, drop into the main. And the main push here takes down the 5th. And now going for the 4th. 4th base under fire. Dragging the army within range. Bold positioning with the Lurkers. Azurus is run by, oh my god, the Zelce pop up. They catch some of the drones. There are plenty of reinforcements though. Solar, he will defend. Pulls away with the Lurkers. Meanwhile, the expansion survived. Ooh, that should not have happened. Expansion did live. So that one Lurker in the main is going to be cleaned up. And Solar's diving on the main army. Ooh. Catches an Immortal. He gets one, he gets 2. So Immortal kills, catching out what little Immortals are left. Just going for the expansion. But Gerald, he will hold. Yeah, he has plenty to hold on here. He shuts down the main army, forces back Solar. And Solar, does he have any Lurkers left? 0. 0 Lurkers remaining. Gerald is committed. And Solar's in trouble. Solar, he's in a lot of trouble here. I don't know if he can survive this. Not anymore. He just lost too many drones. Lost his economy. Lost his army. The Sky Toss is here. And GG gets called. Gerald, he fights back. He ties up the series 1-1. We're going to the ace match. Whew. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Again, Gerald, he was able to keep up with the tri-pronged attack of Solar, and more importantly, as we mentioned, just playing very safe. Very safe here. Unlike game 1, Gerald, he didn't cut any corners. He was like, okay, I'm gonna just get Storm. I'm gonna work on my Immortal count, build up my Archons, get another base, then work towards the Sky Tools and work towards the Tempest. He didn't rush into it like he tried to in the first game, and this time did work out far better here for Gerald. He actually got into his build, got into his composition, and he did snowball out of control. On the one hand, yes, Solar, he was trading and he was picking up some key units, but if you remember, he lost every single Lurker. Just expensive losses there for Solar. And with that, we're going to the ace match. Let's go. Let us go. Again, Geralt, he is one of the few here that can bring Solar down. I also mentioned earlier that Solar, he has been less active as of late, and in the most recent times, we have seen him struggle in this matchup. I do think that this is Solar's, would I say, weakest matchup? Potentially. Like, I do rate Solar's ZvP very highly, as you can imagine, especially after his, previous performances against players like Serral. But here against Protoss, a lot of Zerg players have been having a harder time. And does his run end here and now? Do we get a PvP finals instead? It's possible. It is possible here. Let's go. So we're getting into the ace match and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Leylines. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Red Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Streamer Zone from Lena, Poland. It is Gerald. Here we go. Again, just slow and steady here from Gerald, just having a much more tempered approach in the last game. Not cutting corners, just slowing things down. I mean, he was aggressive at times just to trade with his opponent, but nothing too committed out of Geralt until he was able to get into his final form towards the end. And did well for himself. Did quite well. And Geralt is just being as annoying as possible. Dipping into the main. See inside who decides to get rid of battery overcharge. If you're curious, I think most people agree with the sentiment of the NG overcharge. Like, most people agree, including most, if not all, Protoss pro players, that it is a positive change. Unless you're saying that it's too strong and that you want to have a different approach. But Yeah, so far. I mean, in general, like, it's better skill expression as well, instead of just kind of like a one button defense. You're able to use it aggressively, you're able to use it defensively as well, with NG overcharge on shield batteries, on oracles, on high Templar for faster storms. Can be used in a plethora of ways. But here we go. Getting into the ace match. Yeah, I think the only people that like complain about it, about thinking it's too weak, are people that like, I don't know, like don't play StarCraft or don't watch StarCraft either, or both. True. And now they're settling in, getting into our hatch gas pool. Third base on the way, droning up, and so far standard opener here by Solar. Gerald back at home once again. Stargate opener. I don't really expect Gerald to really deviate too much. We expect like a Stargate opener into Oracle, into a third base. No reason to really be too spicy when it comes to his build. Clearly showing us in a more standard game against Solar, Gerald can bring it to it. Can bring him down. So Max is using it on Oracles to find and destroy creep tumors. Yeah, I mean, that's a common thing to use it on with Oracles. In general, Oracle openers have been buffed because of the energy overcharge. Not just when it comes to denying creep, but when it comes to stasis traps defensively as well. They are very, very... I mean, their utility, I should say, in this matchup has increased, and... because of that, we have to be very careful. We don't want to lose them. Don't want to lose them too early. Meanwhile, that is a Twilight Council before the third base once again. But as we've seen time and time again in this series, I believe this should be for Blink. Even if we see a delayed Forge here, even though there's no current Forge, we've seen that this is just a safer start here by Gerald. Assuming that he goes for Blink once again. We'll keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on Gerald. Now willing up. Stasis is super good in lower leagues. They can really shut down entire armies a few times. I mean, they do that in the pro level, at the pro level as well. And let's go, Glaive Adepts. Let's go. We are deviating. I assumed it was going to be Blink once again, but no, it is not the case. Gerald is going to be hyper aggressive here with Glaives instead. Let's go. Gateways are being thrown down. Now, as a reminder, oh, never mind. Okay, we're going back. Hey. Our initial analysis was correct. Never mind. It is going to be Blink. We got excited for a moment. We got excited. So Blink is on the way. And again, the reason why we assumed this would be the case initially is because he has been going Blink every game in this series, even before the expansion. Has been the case in Game 1 and in Game 2. But the biggest difference here, though, I don't see a Forge. We have been going for delayed Forges in general, but there's still no Forge here. So this looks like a 3-base all-in. We have a gateway explosion in the main. We have 4 gates in the main. We have 2 gates in the natural, 6 gateways so far. We're expecting another set of gateways. We're expecting another set. And typically one proxy. Yep, there it is. One's proxied. So it is going to be a 3-base all-in. Basically, no gases. No gases here for Geralt at the third base. Purely Blink Stalker. Just pure Blink Stalker. And here comes that gate across the map. Remember, there is no Robo, so there's no War Prism, so this proxy is necessary to actually maintain the all-in, and the Oracles are likewise also necessary to support the army. Now, I'm a little bit concerned because there's only one Oracle. Typically, with a 3-base all-in like this, we do have a second and a third Oracle as well. The biggest danger to these Stalkers are Lings. And what's the biggest danger to Lings? The Pulsar Beam and Stasis Traps. Again, Stasis Traps, they are so powerful at supporting this kind of army. So I'm a little bit concerned by the lack of Oracles. The one Oracle, I don't see it being enough, but we'll see. We'll see if Geralt can still pull this off as he's pushing. I guess the plus side is extra Stalkers. Lings are to engage. Gonna be forced back here. Solar being too greedy. That's an Infestation Pit. Oh, Infestation Pit's on the way. Likewise, Solar, he was droning. He's getting caught out. Queens are exposed. First queen goes down. Lings, they dive in. But we have the Blinks. And Gerald, he's breaking through. He's cleaning up the army. The Lings are going down. The Roaches as well. And against Solar, he was getting ready for a Hive Tech. And he's not going to be able to embrace it. Not here. Not now. He's getting caught with his pants down. More Roaches falling. And the all-in is snowballing out of control. Solar has to buy more time. 10 Roaches on the way. 10 more Roaches in production. Oracle does fight too close to the sun. Gets shut down. Massive loss there for Gerald. And Solar, can he hold on? Still brutal losses. There was wasted DPS on the expansion. Solar, he's barely holding on to his third, not the fourth. The fourth base is going to go down. Catching out Overlords. Catching out Roaches. Expansion crumbles. And Gerald, he's not done. He's going to keep on pushing. Picking up more Roaches. Behind this, now we see gases. Gases are now being taken. And what is this for? For Charge. We have Charge on the way. Soon to be a Temple Archives, into Archons, into Storm. But again, this caught Solar completely off guard. As Zelsay trickle in. Just buffering for the Stalkers. Better concave for Gerald. And he has done it. He has broken through. We will get that PvP finals. Boys are being pulled. They're doing what they can. They're doing what they can. But it's not going to be enough. And Solar did well for himself making it to the semifinals, but he will not make it further than this. As his tournament life is on the line, GG gets called, and Gerald, he will take the series at 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. He will claim the series here. We'll take it 2-1. Big win here for Gerald. And again, as we mentioned coming into this, Solar, he has been struggling a lot in ZvP. In the most recent patch, he has been struggling, has been dropping a lot of series, a lot of matches, and likewise, that continues here as well. Congratulations. Congratulations here to Gerald as he does cause an upset. But again, he has also been getting better results. We saw Gerald take it back, or go back and forth against a laser. We saw Gerald take down Spirit as well. Gerald has been looking very impressive as of late. GG. GG, well played. Gerald will advance on, and we have our finals ready for us. It's going to be a best of 5 PvP between Gerald and Hero. Let's go. Let us go. The finals are upon us. And we are just setting up. Here we go. As vetoes are underway. And coming into this, Hero is going to be the heavy favorite. I mean, there's a reason why Hero, he is the #1 seed of the tournament. Whether it would have been Solar or Gerald, it is going to be a tough ask to bring Hero down. But we'll see. I mean, Gerald, he's already done so well for himself taking down Solar. Can he take down Hero as well? I want to believe we can make a series out of this. I do want to believe. For now, we are going to be going on a very short break. And when we come back, we will have the grand finals ready for you. We'll be back soon in a couple of minutes. See you soon. See you soon.